Hello, Caitlin. Today I will be answering a simple question. How do we find those thirds? How do you know in what chords which note is a third? Because we want to use those to find our minor chords. Well, let me go through the tuning of the guitar because this will help us a little bit. As you know, the tuning of the guitar is E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now, 5 of those have a space of a fourth in between them. And I will sort of show you with numbers how that is. So we have an E here, okay? Assuming that E is the 1, it would have E1, F2, G3, and A, 4, the second string. Right? Now let's go from A. A1, B2, C3, and what is this? D4. Huh, okay. What about D to G? Alright, D1, E2, F3, G4. So they all have fourths in between them. Here's a little bit of an exception though. We have G1, A2, and B3. And then at the end here we have a B1, C2, D3, and what is this? E4, another fourth. The reason why there isn't a fourth in between the G string and the B string is a little bit, I guess, complicated, but essentially when you do bar chords, you're gonna have your root note here, and you want that same note to be up here, because otherwise you'd be doing like some weird twisty bar chords. So it's just so the alignment is better. So how will this help us know where thirds are? Well, we know that there's a fourth in between every single one of these strings, right? That means that from here to here is a fourth, which means from here to here is a third. Huh, right? Because there's a fourth in between. So obviously one thing down from a fourth is a third. So this would be the third of this. This would be the fourth, and this would be a third. And you're going to notice that we see all of like this shape in almost every single one of the major chords. I say almost because there's that exception here, where this is the third instead of this. So let's go through a couple chords and we'll notice them. We have a G chord, okay? Here. What is this? Up one and then down. That means this is the third, because we got this shape. C chord. Here we go. Can we spot it? Oh, here we go. This, up, and then down one. Oh, hey, it's right here. This is the third. A D chord. Where is it? Oh, what is this? Up one and then down. So this is the third. Do you want proof that this is the third? If we take this down, we have a D minor. If we take this down, we have a C minor. Can't really, my finger was blocking it. Let's go with an E as well. Okay, let's go E major, okay? Where's that pattern? Here. Up one and then down. Here is the third. Pretty cool. The only exception, I guess, we could find is A. Where's that pattern here? Well, it's nowhere actually, because the A would be here, and its third would be here. But as we know, this in between the G and the B string, sorry, is a third. It's not a fourth, so it would be right over it instead of over it and then down one. So this is an A, and this is an A minor. I hope this slightly blows your mind, but essentially it's going to be like this in most chords. So now let's try to find thirds out of more complex chords you might not even know. Let's go with a D major 9. Can you spot the third? Well, you got one up and then down, so this must be the third, right? That is correct. However, this is not a third, because this is between the G and B, so this would have been a third, but not this. Okay. Let's take an E7 now, which would sound like this. Can you spot the third? That's right, right here. Up and then down. This is the third. Fantastic. Now the thing is that sometimes chords with, you know, four different notes, you would have the third, let's say, between the first note and the third, obviously. But sometimes there are thirds in between these notes and sometimes in between these notes. So even though you can spot thirds here, it doesn't mean it's the third of the chord.